glad you made it here safely. Good morning, officer. The surveyor just finished up another run-through of the house. Has he touched bases with you yet? Very good. Is there anything else you need from me? I'm sorry, but would that really be necessary? As I understood it, that was the purpose of the initial supervised meeting. Is that not sufficient? My home may as well have been turned over a dozen times with each survey. They probably know the place better than I do at this point. So I'm certain the reports would have deemed it insufficient if there were any findings. I'm not here to play games, officer. You know the sorts of lengths I've gone to in the past when agreements are not upheld. I'm fully prepared to take the very legal route, if that's the sort of thing you prefer. Then let's not make this any more complicated than it needs to be. How about we just let the guest of honor make the final decision? Would you like someone to stay with you until you get situated? It's up to you. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I guess that settles it then. We'll send you an update later tonight then, officer. You too. Have a good rest of your day. Please come in, sweetheart. They've already set up your room with your belongings. You can go look it over, and let me know if you need anything else. I haven't actually gone in. I wanted to make sure you had your privacy. You're welcome to visit my room at any time. It's a bit of a walk upstairs, but I didn't want to have our rooms too close, in case it was too much to start off for you. We can have you move rooms if you'd like, but I'll leave that up to you. Right, it might be too soon for that. So, this was probably the right call. Best to remain professional for now. Or as professional as this can be, really. I wasn't sure if this was supposed to involve a real relationship or not. But maybe I didn't understand the specifics of the arrangement as well as I thought I did. Then I wasn't mistaken. It's just a bit surprising that anyone would be willing to do this. We're a fairly electrical bunch. There are several reasons for why people make this sort of decisions that negatively impact the people around them to varying degrees. The fact that we're so different is what makes this a bit of a gamble, if you ask me. You put yourself at risk coming into contact with the wrong people. But I imagine the screening process must be extensive. They gave me a hard time as it is, setting up a safe environment for you. So, at the very least, some of your fellow volunteers will luck out with one of the nicer ones. I expect as much for the ones that were easily handled by the police with additional assistance from the Heroes League. They're much easier to keep in check. It's a bit different in my case, though. There was no need to restrain me. I made the choice to lay down my arms willingly in exchange for this opportunity. So it's less of a case of rehabilitation with the promise of reward for good behavior, and more of a mutual agreement that keeps both me and law enforcement in line. So, as long as both parties follow through with their offers. I'm willing to play their game, as long as you're willing to do the same. No disruptions to the current status quo, and we're good. Hopefully that didn't scare you too much. I'm sure you've read up plenty on my past actions before you agreed to volunteer here. It would have been nice to know there are kind souls out there like you before all of this begun. But I guess I assumed otherwise, since this is the first time anyone has offered to spend time with me and get to know me properly. It's no secret that I've had a lot of time on my hands to come up with ways to entertain myself and drag others into experiencing the world as I see it. Life is full of uncertainty and despair when you're lonely. I've always wanted to share mine with someone else. But when you're alone for so long, all you can really share is your pessimism. And no one wants to revel in that, so it just becomes a very unfortunate cycle that keeps pushing people away. I've done my fair share of searching, and I guess whatever the closest thing to dating is, when the other party isn't as enthusiastic as I am, I realized pretty quick that they weren't for me. So I let them go before any unwanted guest decided to try and play savior. If all goes well, I don't expect that to be an issue anymore. Well, I'm only interested in someone who wants to be with me. And since I agreed to take your organization up on this offer, I'm sure you can imagine how well that's been going for me. I truly hope I can make you happy, as much as I am right now. I rarely get company for the sake of it, so it truly means the world to me. It's almost embarrassing to say this, but it's gonna feel nice living for someone else. Maybe I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. We haven't even really sat down to talk properly. Any meeting that has officers breathing down your neck doesn't count. I was limited in what I was allowed to say, and really, going over my record doesn't exactly make for a romantic evening. But I'm sure you'll appreciate having everything laid out for you. It gave you a chance to say no. I just hope I didn't give you a reason to. I don't exactly have much confidence in myself, but I want to try my best for you. That's very kind of you. Maybe you can make up for my shortcomings. That's the hallmark of a good relationship, yeah? Then I'll do my part as best as I can. Anything for me to not return to my old life.